Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 253. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And what is going on, sir?
It's another week. We are at the end of October. October is over.
It is. Oh my gosh. It's I thought 2020 was quick, but no one told me 2021 was going to go by in a blink.
I know. Yeah, who knew? I mean, who knew? It's just been crazy.
I don't know if it's just because we're getting older, because scientifically speaking, you can prove why you feel like time is speeding up as you get older. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know, maybe coming out of the pandemic and now all of a sudden I'm doing things again. I don't know.
Either that or we're really eager to get to the finish line.
Oh, I'm ready. I've had the checkered flag in my sight for a long time. I am ready for this race to be over. I lost. I'm fine with that.
I still got a few more legs to go.
Fair enough. No problem. So this week we got some fun stuff I'm going to talk about. One of which I want to talk about right away is what we did this past weekend for our friends over at Victims and Villains.
Yes.
Was it horrific? What do they call it?
Horrific Hope. 48 hours spooky pledge drive for mental health resources.
Boogity. Yes, it's as always Josh over there, Victims and Villains, suicide prevention, suicide awareness, great cause that he does. A lot
Absolutely.
More than what we offer. And
very true. We just talk about games
basically. But he had a wonderful marathon again that we actually both partaked in. I have not in a while.
Yeah, you haven't.
But I'll talk about mine in a moment. But you just came off of yours, so yes. How did it go? What'd you play?
Everything went like clockwork. No real issues. I played a solid 2-hour set, and since it was October, I wanted to do something a little bit spooky, but I didn't go all out horror like Dead by Daylight or anything like that. I went with and I went retro. I wanted to go retro. So Buffy the Vampire Slayer for Xbox.
Oh, great game! Such a great game.
It was really good. It felt like you were playing through like 2 or 3 episodes of the show, which was really cool. They kind of captured the essence of the show in the game. So if you've ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, that's exactly what the game was. And it was really, really well done.
Was there a board based on the musical episode?
No, because they had focused the game, I think, somewhere between season 2 and 3.
Thank you. Okay. I love that episode anyway. It's the only really soundtrack I listen to. But Buffy, I mean, just going back to the gameplay of Buffy, remember when Buffy came out, I was always a little skeptical about those type of games, like a Tomb Raider feel to it or whatever. Back then, it was 03. But Buffy and I wasn't even a big fan of the show. I kind of just knew about it because of you guys, our group, everyone watched Buffy but me. But when the game came out, it was an absolute home run. It is tough to find in retro stores.
Yes, it is. It's a hard one for sure.
Yeah, I remember because I did at one point. I sold it back, back in the day, no big deal. But when I got my original Xbox, all hooked up, I'm like, one of the games I got to get back is Buffy, and I just, with Game On, I just had to wait because they never get it in. So happy enough to get it. But how far did you get into it in 2 hours? I mean.
I think I only got to the second level or second episode because they draw out the levels, so they just take time.
Literally, just draw it like
they draw it as you're playing.
Like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
It's not Comic Zone. But so I was only on the second level, and I don't think there were a lot of levels in the game. I think there were like maybe 9 or 10. But they make them a long experience, so it takes a good like hour and a half maybe to 2 hours for some of them, and it also depends on how much of the story you get into, because you can skip stuff. It all depends.
All right, cool.
But it was fun.
Very, very cool.
I had a really good time.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
And I decided to, based off the success that I had, and I won't go into details because some of us are still playing.
Yes.
Metroid Dread, which I'm going to tell you right now, game of the year for 2021. It has to win at the Game Awards. I loved it. I beat it in just shy of 11 hours, and a lot of exploration. But and I know you're getting there. You're almost there.
I'm working on it. My goal is to
Excellent.
beat your time.
Well, 11 hours, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be able to beat that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I think we talked about it off camera, when you pause the game, I think the clock is still going. And I think there's been times where I paused it to take a phone call. But as soon as I was done with Dread, you know, it was funny. As soon as I was done with Dread, because then you unlock a different mode in the game. No spoiler there. You unlock hard mode. You know, a lot of games do that. I'm like, I want to go through it again, but I'm not ready for it yet.
Yep.
So I wanted to take a break from Metroid, but I'm like, let me just try Super Metroid again. Let me just give it a shot. And I'm now about 6 hours into it.
Nice.
Of Super Metroid. So I went from one to the other, right? Like without even batting an eye. So I decided, you know what? It's a little horror to it, I guess. So I played Super Metroid during my 2-hour block.
Very
and
nice.
I'm sure it was very boring to watch because it was about an hour of it was just me running in circles as you do.
Yeah, I did witness a good chunk of that.
And then finally, you know, and what's great about the live stream, and I don't know if you can go back and watch it. I don't think Twitch really does that, but you know, the joy in my face that I get when I finally find what I need to find in the stupid game to advance the story.
Yep.
Finally, you know, getting the gravity suit and everything like that and moving forward. But, you know, and it was funny too, because also as I was playing the game, you know, at one point it was like a half hour to go in the stream. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to stop. I'm going to quit. Then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't quit on a stream that's about suicide prevention and always looking for hope. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to persevere. I'm going to push through. And by gosh, I did. And I got even further into the game. So,
good. That's great. Now, let me ask you this. Have you tried playing Super Metroid before?
No, well, yes, but like the furthest I would ever get is like 20 minutes into the game, and then I just stop and do something else. So this is the first time I've actually sat down with Super Metroid. I never played it originally.
Yep.
Never owned it. The first time I think I even tried it was on the Super NES Classic. Like really tried it. I'm playing on the Switch with the Nintendo Online because I do have the wonderful Super NES controller.
Very nice.
So I am playing as original as possible. But yeah, I never really dipped into Metroid before Dread. Fusion was the only other game, and we all know what happened there. And I'm still a little apprehensive of trying that again.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is, do you think it was easier to navigate your way through Super Metroid after playing Metroid Dread and kind of getting a thorough understanding on how the games work?
Totally. And I got that from Fusion, to be honest with you. Right. It's been a while since I played Fusion, but I got that feel when I was playing Dread. And I think, again, without spoiling anything, if I would have played Super Metroid first, even if it was originally, I think a lot of Dread, the movesets and everything would have made more sense. But now I'm doing it reverse. Because I got through Dread, I'm like, okay, I'm expecting to pick this, that, and the other thing up as far as upgrades.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So, like, I know I still have about 3 or 4 different upgrades to go in Super Metroid. But definitely, to your point, just the other way around, Dread prepared me for a prequel, if you will, of Super Metroid.
Right. Okay.
Except for one thing. And I don't know who programmed Super Metroid. Obviously, it was Nintendo. One of the best games of all time. So, like, literally, one of the best games of all time is Super Metroid. You almost look at any video game list. And by playing it, I agree with that. But whoever had to code this one part of the game, I would like to bash their head in against a wall. It is the wall jump from Super Metroid. Okay. Now, again, not giving anything away. The wall jump is in a ton of games.
Of course.
And usually what you do is you jump. It's almost like a double jump off the wall.
Yeah.
In Dread, you just jump into the wall and you double jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, not with Super Metroid. And this was the only, I'm gonna be honest with you, it is the only thing that I had to look up. I've been playing Super Metroid without looking anything up. No hints, no tricks, no nothing. Did the same thing with Dread. Okay. But I had no choice with this because I couldn't figure out what was going on. So normally when you play, you're going to jump into the wall.
Yep.
And you hit whatever button it is, right? The B button or whatever. No, not in Super Metroid. What you do is you have to jump into the wall as a spin, and as soon as you touch the wall, you have to press in the opposite direction. For a half a second, Samus will cling to the wall, literally a half a second. And at that point is when you jump again.
Okay.
So you're not, so you
doesn't sound complicated.
No, it is, because when you jump into, I want to keep pressing into the wall to jump off of it. Like every other game, like Metroid Dread. But no, I have to jump into it and then quickly press the other way for her to cling on for a second. And if the timing is off, you're sliding down that wall. And to try and get a rhythm going, I need a third hand.
Oh.
It is wicked. And I still don't have it mastered.
Well, I can't commiserate with you because I've never played.
Clearly.
I played through like an hour of Super Metroid, I think, at one point on the SNES Classic. But that was about it.
And you can do it like right off the bat. It's not something you unlock. Link, can you tell me can you wall jump properly?
Can you wall jump?
Look at him.
Wall jump, right?
I mean, does he have does he have any true will to live, or is he just?
Oh no, he's got a will. He has a will to live. It's called food.
And a will to destroy.
No. He just wants food and attention. That's all he asks for.
Like me. That's I do the same thing.
So that's all he wants. That's all he wants. All right, that's all you
Feed me.
Feed me. No, pet me. I'm getting purrs. He's purring.
So the wall jump, and it's weird too, because the way you learn it, that and something else in the game, which again I don't want to give away, the wall jump's a wall jump. You get to a point where like you see what you think is an enemy and you try and kill it, but it doesn't die. But then like this animal or whatever will like do the move that you need to do, and like in this case, it was the wall jump. And you see these things bouncing off the wall, like these little gremlins. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then finally, so that's the only thing between Dread and Super Metroid. So 11, 16, about 16 hours of Metroid gameplay. I've only had to look up one thing. I gotta say that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty good for you.
And that was through absolute necessity.
Yeah. No, and I think that's a good. I'm the type of person too. I like to get through my games without looking stuff up, unless I get to a point where I'm so stuck, and I'm like, okay, like when I'm at the point where I want to put the game down, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to play it anymore because I've been wandering around for so long. That's when I go and I look something up, because it's like I'd rather look it up so I can continue than to just walk away from the game.
And I did that with Bloodstained a lot, even though I still haven't completed it. I did that. I might have to restart Bloodstained. It's been forever. But I did that a lot with Bloodstained, admittedly. I'm not proud.
I'm trying to remember if I did that. I remember looking up like one or two things for Bloodstained, but otherwise I just went through.
I looked up a few, definitely a few. But here, and trust me, I've been doing the hour running around just going, oh, I had to shoot that. Okay. Unbelievable.
I did that with Link's Awakening not too long ago.
You know what? Yeah, you can get into a rhythm. You can get kind of stuck at Link's Awakening. That's right.
Yeah, I got stuck at one point, and I did have. I think I looked something up. I'm not sure.
But what's funny is like now, but I feel like this is like a Metroid thing to do now. Like if I ever go back, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going on record, I will not play the NES version of Metroid. I've been royally spoiled of having a map built into the game.
I gotcha.
I will play Metroid. I want to play Zero Mission, which is basically a remake of the first Metroid and it's for the Game Boy Advance. That I'll buy in a heartbeat. But I need a map. I've been spoiled.
No. I remember NES Metroid when I played it. Like I put that game down so many times because it would drive me nuts. Because I'm like, I've been here. Like I would do that all the time. I go, I've been here. I think I've been here. I'm like, wait, I've been going in circles. Oh, okay. Yeah, this sucks. But then I eventually found my way through it.
Absolutely. And, but yeah, I have this now new love for Metroid. So I think that's going to be my series right now for a little while. Even after I beat this one, I might hook up the old Wii U and maybe try and get Zero Mission. Or by the time I'm done with this game, hopefully I'll have the Analog Pocket and I'll just go buy Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, there you go. So. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same mode now because I'm loving Metroid Dread, and I'm like, I'm almost following your path where I'm like, I should go back and play Super Metroid now because because of the fact that I'm in a Metroid rhythm now. So it just helps because it's like, okay, totally. I have the knowledge now of what I need to do to get through them, basically.
I have the memory to go backwards now and play them in reverse order.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. So, all right, cool. So we'll. I'd love to hear your updates once you do finally complete Dread. Like know your thoughts on it, and for anyone else, for anyone else out there, and I'm not even, the Prime series to me is different than the Metroid 2D series that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, the Prime games are fun, but I'm having a blast with the 2D side-scrolling versions. Yep. Even though Other M apparently is getting mixed love once again from the Wii.
Okay.
Because Other M was like a pseudo 2D side-scroller, but I don't know. I don't know where it fits. Well, I do know where it fits. I think it fits between Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, but be that as it may.
It'll tell you.
Yeah, it was somewhere in the story. But after this, maybe I'll try my hand at Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, which I do have. Okay. So we will see. So, all right. And of course, all the Castlevania games and all these other Metroidvania games. Oh, forget about it. All right. Well, with that being said, let me ask you this thought. So, and we talked about it last week. Everyone was going like, oh, look, a Nintendo $60 game, Metroid Dread, versus an Xbox $60 game, and the graphics are ridiculous.
Right.
So sometimes price is worth it, and sometimes price is like, that's a little weird. Grand Theft Auto, the definitive trilogy.
Yes.
We talked about coming out early November on all current gen systems. Again, it's going to be GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And as usual, being corrected online. Thank you, the Unfun Gamer. GTA 3 is actually kind of New York City. I said LA last week. So it's more New York City.
GTA 5 is LA.
Yeah, and so San Andreas is LA. I'm talking about just with this trilogy.
Yes. And
Vice City is Miami, kind of, sort of. But, all right, so they're re-releasing these 3 games. Excellent games, all 3 of them. All right, from the PS2 era and original Xbox era and 360. Updated graphics, GTA 5 style controls, which I haven't played GTA 5 in forever, so I don't remember what that's like. And these games will be $60. So my question, without sounding like a cheapskate, is, are these 3 games as a package fairly large games for their time, but they are re-releases? Is $60, do you think, worth it? I'm not saying is it the right price. They can price it whatever they want, but do you think it's worth it for all the updates and everything?
I mean, if they're true remaster, I guess it depends on your affinity for remasters. I would say I would be okay with it if they offered them separately for $20 each. Because when I think about it, if I was given an option to buy a remastered version of one of them, because I played GTA 3 mostly, or exclusively, I did not play the other 2. For nostalgia purposes, I would pick up GTA 3 remastered just to go back and play it and be like, oh yeah, I remember all this. I was like, but I probably wouldn't jump at San Andreas and the other one.
Vice City. Well, that's not what I meant, though. Like, my question is... Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I mean is $60 too much for 3 fully remastered games? Maybe a little bit. I don't think it's off by much. But I do think like they could come down in price on that.
All right. Like, I see what you're talking about. Like, price them individually at 20 or get all 3 for like 50 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, but you're getting 3 full-fledged games for $60.
Big. So. I mean, San Andreas was a long game.
Yeah, exactly. So
at least it was long for me.
I guess I mean, it really just. What I was trying to do in my head was I was trying to think back to other remastered games and what they went for, but I can't really think of any.
How much is Final Fantasy?
Well, Final Fantasy was a remake.
So true. You're right.
Brand new game.
Oh,
Link's Awakening was a remake. So
yeah. What about what'd you just download? Final Fantasy 9.
Oh, that's just the original.
Oh, the pure original. Not okay. I got you. All right.
Yeah, they didn't remaster it at all. They did remaster 7 and 8 though.
Yes.
On the Switch.
Okay. And I do remember seeing that.
And I think they were going for $20.
Probably. Yeah, 20 always seems like the.
Well, if 20 is the norm and you're being offered 3 games from Rockstar, then 60 is the right number.
All right, fair enough. I might I'll definitely pull the trigger on these though, like during like Black Friday, like if they go on sale or something like that. Because I think I have actually I might have them on the Xbox. I got to go check. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
but all right, cool. So
What did you do? You think it's too much or no?
I thought I answered that. I apologize. I feel like for a remaster, and definitely is remastered. It's got a shiny coat of paint on everything. Again, they've redone the controls and stuff like that. And what is it? The term now? Quality of life updates. I mean, 3 games like that, maybe 50. So like, what's another $10 at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think 60 is not too bad. For me, again, it's more of those like Nintendo games you got to buy day of because they never go on sale. Yeah. So this one I can hold off on. But I could have seen 50, so 60 is not that far off.
Okay.
So I'm all in on that eventually. But we're going to move right along as well, because beyond that, it's a busy week as far as anniversaries and birthdays, both, digital and human. Okay. and so let's kind of get into some of these birthdays, which all, in a way, are retro, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
And what do you got right now for some of them?
For some of them, well, yeah, there were just 3 that I noticed today, and then there was one debatable one, which
yeah, that one is very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But and again, I try to stick to the 5-year increments now when we do retro birthday.
Makes sense. Who wants to celebrate like an odd numbered birthday?
Yeah. So this one, I'm actually very surprised that this one is 15 years.
15
years old. So this came out in October 2006.
See,
October 24, 2006.
Hard for me to do the math. Okay.
Yeah. So 2006 is 15 years ago. Yeesh. But Marvel Ultimate Alliance is 15 years old.
Wow. The original?
Yeah.
15. Holy cow.
Well, yeah, because it also came out right on the cusp of when PS3 and 360 came out. So it was on like the PS2, the original Xbox, which is what I have it for.
It was on the original Xbox?
I have a copy on the original Xbox.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
But then it dropped on 360, PS3, and then eventually, and the Wii. It was on the Wii as well. So
it was on the Wii, yes.
Yeah, it was on the. Yeah, and to me, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance took the X-Men Legends format and just which I loved. I loved both of those games, and then just beefed it up for Marvel in general.
Talk about a remastered. I ended up picking up on, I think I have them on the PlayStation, remastered Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, because they did remaster them eventually.
I didn't know they did that.
A friend of mine at work loved Ultimate Alliance.
I never played through it.
The first one?
No. Both.
Oh, okay.
I played through the first level on Ultimate Alliance and then kind of put it aside because something else came out that I really wanted to play.
I'm a little upset I never really got into Ultimate Alliance 3. I was looking forward to that, and I got it. And I still got into it.
I bought it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a fan of you remember you were talking about bad game mechanics? Okay. Yeah, that one had bad game mechanics.
Did it?
Okay. Yeah, it got very frustrating. The camera angles got all messy and everything. It really needed a fix. So yeah, I was very disappointed because I bought it and it just did nothing. Yep.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Ultimate Alliance.
Yep. So we got 15 years of that. I'm bringing this one up only because there's something funny in the game that we both laugh. We'll get a good kick out of. But celebrating where are we at? The 25th retro birthday.
Ooh, silver anniversary.
Yep, it is the silver anniversary of. This is a PlayStation exclusive game. It was available on Windows also, but
don't count.
Golden Nugget. Do you remember Golden Nugget for PlayStation? And I know why you know Golden Nugget.
You made me buy it.
I didn't make you buy it.
You talked me into it.
I told you about the awesomeness of the story mode on disc 2, starring the late great Adam West.
Adam Yes, Adam West. Oh, Adam man. West. And it's funny because I knew of the game, but I never knew the story. And if I knew Adam West playing a detective, mind you, of course, not one in a cloak and cowl, but,
he had like a little suave casino, James Bondy kind of thing.
No, it's not. It's a Bruce Wayne. Unfortunately, Adam West.
It was Bruce Wayne.
It was only
Bruce Wayne.
I hate
Bruce Wayne.
Poor Adam West.
Oh,
But he made it work for himself. But yes, wow, 25 years for Golden Nugget on the PlayStation. I do have it. Yep.
Yep. And if you ever get a chance to grab it, it's worth the entertainment alone playing through the story.
It is. Absolutely.
Because it's just so cheesy.
Yep.
It's so Bruce Wayne.
I need to find a killer. Let me go play Texas Hold'em.
That's basically it. There. Yeah, I will find him by playing games.
Robin, you're too young. Get out.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Holy age limit, Batman.
Holy pocket aces. Shut up.
That's where that Batman meme came from, where he smacks him.
Poor Dick Grayson.
Oh man. All right. So that was 25 years. And then celebrating, well, this one's an interesting one because it came out, according to the release dates here, it came out
that's not probably accurate.
Well, no, it came out on Halloween in 1991.
Ooh.
In Japan.
Okay.
This is the Japanese anniversary, but we're talking 30 years, and you'll appreciate this, of course. 30 years of Super Castlevania 4.
Wow.
Nintendo.
That's 30?
30 years old.
Good Lord. Great game. Fantastic game. Excellent. That's one I got to get back to. But wow, 30. That hurts.
30 years.
That one hurt.
Well, it's just funny when you think about it. Like, because I think about it all the time, how like 20 years ago, we were still in this,
don't you feel century. Like 20 years ago was the 70s?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Except 20 years ago was still this century.
That is true. Oh my God, that is true. God, I accidentally follow, just real quick. There's I don't remember the Twitter handle. I apologize. There's a Twitter handle that all it does, I've been following for a couple years now. It has a progress bar of the year. And just when like it goes up 1%, it'd be like 2021 is now 84% complete. And man, that bar fills up quick. Like I mentioned before, time just keeps on flying.
It really does.
But I guess it makes sense for Castlevania to be 30 because the Super NES is 30, and that was one of the early titles for it.
It was. So, so 30 years, Super Castlevania 4.
Yikes.
I mean, yep. Right. And then that brings us to
one that we have no idea.
Yeah, this very, very interesting anniversary that everybody seems to be celebrating, but for us, it's a little bit debatable based on information we're finding. But
just real quick before we mention because how it came about, and I was just on Twitter yesterday from when we recorded, so October 23rd.
You were on the Twitter.
The Twitter. Leave off the
Twitter.
So I was on then. Everyone was celebrating this anniversary. I'm like, oh wow, 40 years ago this particular game came out. I'm like, all right, sweet. And we'll talk about it on the show. So I tell Ant before we start recording, hey, Ant, so-and-so is 40 years old. He's like, well, not this week. It was like last month. I'm like, what are you talking about? And yeah, sure enough, you go on Wikipedia and it says one date. Twitter completely said another date. But, kind of like an adopted animal, you don't really know when the actual birthday of Frogger is.
Yeah, Frogger is... What we do know is Frogger is 40 years old.
Yes, that is for sure.
That is for sure. It came out in 1981.
So we're good there.
But what's being debated is, did it come out in September of 1981 or October of 1981?
And we're talking the North American release. It came out in Japan, I think like June of 81.
January 12th.
Oh, January. Excuse me. Someone said June, so I don't know anymore.
Yeah, see, we're all over the place.
Whatever. I can tell you this, though. The less than 1 year anniversary of the Frogger game show on Peacock is atrocious.
I didn't watch the Frogger show.
It's just one of the...
Once I heard that people couldn't get run over by trucks for real, I didn't want to see it.
It's just,
or even by crocodiles.
Yeah, it's an oversized board you get from point A to point B. And as usual, it's like the overacting of some of these game show contestants.
Yes.
I don't get it. You go on a game show. Who goes on a game show and just overly overacts for no reason?
Some people do.
Okay. So, and it's hosted by Damon Wayans Jr. and some other guy. And like they're trying to squeeze in Frogger references. And I'm like,
there are so many.
I'm out. I'm out. But the game itself is iconic.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
But we don't know when the birthday is. So, you know what? Just January 1st. We'll do what my pets do. Beginning of the year, we'll just celebrate their birthday.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? We'll just say it right now. since it's been 40 years, a very happy 40th retro birthday to Frogger. A very iconic game. Is Absolutely. It in the Video Game Hall of Fame?
Is it in the Video Game Hall of Fame? Oh boy, I know we're not going to edit this, so let me just check.
Video Game Hall of Fame, Frogger.
Hall of Games. Oh, I actually put in Video Game Hall of Games. That's how.
Yes, it is.
Damn it, you and your quick fingers.
I'm sorry. Frogger was added in. I'm trying to find the actual.
I already gave up looking.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm going to guess in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think it was recently. That's why I'm like, oh, it just got added. No, maybe it didn't. Where is it?
View all inducted games.
Oh, maybe Lies. Maybe it was nominated and did not get it.
How can it be not? It's like Boston. Always nominated to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, never added.
Yeah, it was nominated in 2020. It did not go in.
Wow.
But what I find funny is it was nominated in 2020. It didn't carry over to 2021.
Yeah, people got tired of it.
I guess.
Interesting.
But it was nominated in 2020. It did not make it in.
Boo.
It lost out to Minecraft, King's Quest, Centipede, and Bejeweled.
Yes.
It lost to Bejeweled. I want to point that out.
Well, we'll see what happens for 2022. It has another shot, though, hopefully.
Always does, every year.
All right, so Frogger, yes, definitely check that out. Lord knows how many times I've probably purchased Frogger over the years. So
I'm sure more than me.
All right, and then I know of one more birthday, retro birthday I'd like to mention.
Oh, where is it?
That I'm sure you're not crazy about. No, actually you are. Why not?
I'm crazy, I'll give you that.
Crazy. It is the one retro birthday of the one and only co-host of the Retro Gamers podcast, Mr. Anthony Rippo, right here.
Hey.
Happy birthday. Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, thanks.
Feliz Navidad.
That's Merry Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little off there.
How does it feel to be a year older?
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yes.
That's, I think that's what you meant.
I was waiting for a fun gamer to call me on that one.
Yeah, so, how do I feel being a year older? No different than I did the day before.
There you go.
Maybe my psyche is a little more broken today. That's about it.
As with all,
as it should be, yes. Right? It makes me want to go. Makes me want to go plug in Golden Nugget and play through the Adam West story. That's what that. There's your. Is it relative? I don't know.
You are not anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You will be getting a birthday gift from me. I've purposely delayed it though, to arrive to you close to your birthday.
Okay.
So maybe next week we can talk about it. No problem.
We can.
Have you got any birthday gifts yet? Do people even care about that anymore?
No, nobody likes me. I just. No, I did actually get a couple of things. Some of them not video game related.
Oh, okay.
Some of them I can't show on here.
Whoa! All right. But party time.
But I did get a couple of video game related things. So one of my friends got me this nice T-shirt, which definitely sums me up.
Control Freak and's got all the different controllers. That is really funny. I like that.
That definitely sums me up. There's no question about that. Which is really cool. And then I got a couple of other little things which I love, and one of them is sitting right over here actually on my cabin.
A little trouble seeing. Oh,
it's a Scotula.
Oh, that's cool. From Zelda.
From Legend of Zelda. Showed up in Ocarina of Time, I believe.
Yes.
First one. So
very cool.
So really cool. Just a little, little prop, but it sits really well in front of the chest.
No, actually, I kind of thought it was part of the chest.
No, just because it's blocking the.
Exactly. It looked really cool. Huh.
Yeah, so I got that, and then last but not least, okay, so this one I'm very happy with. It's really cool. And I left it on just to show it off.
Oh, look at that!
But that's really cool.
It is a light up Legend of Zelda logo.
Yep.
And with that color, with the changing color base.
With the changing color base, and it just cycles through color.
That is awesome. Yeah. That's very cool.
I know it's hard to see on camera.
Yeah, with the light and everything, but that I like those things. Those are awesome.
Yeah, I like it. It was really nice, and I'm very grateful for my friend because she actually put some thought into it. And said, "Oh, he likes Zelda." I'm sure she has no idea what it is.
Oh no, none whatsoever. She probably thinks it's some sort of a cult.
Yeah. And then also a quick heads up. I don't know if you saw. Again, we're just talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Those were the birthday gifts I got, but it made me think of holidays. The holidays, and Hallmark comes out with ornaments every year. So I went to go look up the Nintendo ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good healthy number of Nintendo
They do or they
ornaments. They do.
They do. Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
like
let's see.
when I was in Canada, I went to the Hallmark. We were at a mall and I went to the Hallmark store, and they had a Super Nintendo console ornament that I picked up.
Really?
Yep, I picked up.
Those are so hard to find.
Yeah, so
I guess except in Canada.
I guess, and then you press the button.
It plays like a startup, or no, Super Mario or something.
Yeah, but the ones that I'm so I got that one and I'm very happy with it. Cool. But the ones I'm really interested in, and I got to look and see if they're back in stock. They have a mini Legend of Zelda Link ornament, but the NES 8-bit Link, and the NES 8-bit Zelda.
Oh,
so you can buy each of them. Those are two of the ornaments. Another one they have is the caped flying Mario.
Oh, okay, yes.
They have that, and I believe they also have Donkey Kong. They have Donkey Kong in. I think he's in his Mario Kart cart.
Let's see.
Might be. I don't know. They have Donkey Kong. They have Tails carrying Sonic.
Wow, they're going away from Nintendo. Okay, cool.
Yep. So they got that for the Sonic thing. Yeah, it's Mario Kart Donkey Kong. Oh, and then the other one that I really want. They have the Kingdom Hearts King Mickey.
Do they really
with the Keyblade?
Oh wow! See, that's cool.
Yes.
That's
so cool. Yeah, I definitely want him, and he looks like he's about to cause some serious damage. So look at him. So yeah,
find him on the stupid website.
On the Hallmark site.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just not there yet.
No, I'm looking at all of them.
I'm showing you. What page is it on?
And there's a Charizard one for Pokemon. There's a Knuckles ornament. I don't know what page I'm on. I found one of them, and then you look on the bottom, and they're all there.
Here we go. Gaming.
So yeah, so really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, really cool Nintendo ornaments for this year for the holiday season. Not that.
Oh, there they are. All right, I just pulled it. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, the 8-bit Zelda.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, Keyblade, Charizard. All right, cool. Yeah, no, definitely. If you can find them, I feel like they're always sold out wherever you go.
And this is not video game related, but I think you'll appreciate it. I also got this for my birthday. But since we're talking the holiday season, this will go for the holiday season. I got a Playmobil Back to the Future advent calendar.
Oh, an advent calendar.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
So every day I open it up and I get another piece.
That you put in yourself every year.
Yes. So and you just
okay.
Well, no, and it's got like a bunch of the cool scenes, with Twin Pines Mall where they're radioactive.
Very cool.
And when Marty meets Jennifer and stuff. So really cool stuff there. So.
Very nice. Good haul.
Yeah, it was a decent haul considering.
Not too
My
bad.
birthday's not even here yet.
As of recording, this is correct.
Well, as of this airing, it still hasn't hit yet.
That is true too. Yeah, you're right.
So but anyway, so good birthday stuff. Really happy about that.
Excellent. All righty.
Yes.
Well, with that, I think we'll call it a little early. We both had a long weekends, and you again just coming off to streaming. So I know you're.
I'm just coming off the streaming, and my allergies have been full tilt this morning. Thankfully, I got all my sneezing fits out of the way while I was streaming.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, no, better there than here.
And I can't tell you how many times I sneezed. I felt so bad. I was like, sorry, sorry. Just please watch the Buffy game and not me.
That's why I was not on camera.
Well, you weren't on camera because you don't know how to do that.
That is besides the point. Yes. So, with that, we'll wrap it up then. And where can they find us?
Oh my gosh. You guys can find us at Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast, on Instagram at Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter at Retro Gamers Pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube, on IGTV, and you can email us at theretrogamers.com.
Yes. Very good stuff. Good week, good streams, good gameplay. You know what? This was actually a good gaming weekend.
Yes. And you know what? It was so good, Larry, that next week, it's going to be even better because I am going to be there in person.
Are you really?
Yes.
And you didn't even tell me.
I didn't?
No.
Oh, All right, I'm telling you now.
No.
I will be there in person next week. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you when. I'm just going to knock on your door, and then we're just going to record.
You're here now.
Yeah, let's do this.
Magic.
You're not here. I'll just play your Miss Pac-Man until you get back.
Do not beat the high score. I locked in that high score for now.
For now is the key word. For now.
Dang it. All right, well, next week we'll have a special quote-unquote live episode of the Retro Gamers podcast.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. No, that should be really fun.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Until I see you then.
Yes.
Have a good week.
You have a good week.
Happy birthday, most importantly, truly.
Thank you very much.
And folks, we will both catch you, I guess, here next week on the Retro Gamers podcast. Don't be taking any of my games this time.
I want them all.